I'm here with Livs. We've just witnessed what I would say is a statement win. Arsenal 5, Man City 1. I must admit, I didn't see that coming before the game. But Liv, what do you make of that performance?
I'm just, as I said on the stream, emotional. Sorry, I've done my voice celebrating Lewis Kelly's goal. That just says it all. That moment for me, I got goosebumps. And I think off the back of all the pressure, because of, the banging of heads of the last sort of match or whatever, there was big pressure on this match. As I said, it felt like a derby to me. We've humbled City today. It feels like a derby win to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, there was a lot of pressure going into this game. All the shenanigans from the last game, the stay humble, who the F are you, and a lot of people are wondering, could Arsenal really come in today and beat them? Because let's be honest, coming into this game, I think it's fair to say that City were on a decent run of form in the Premier League. They had the win over Bruges in the midweek. So it's not like they were coming in off the back of getting beaten up every week. They were there to try and do something, but Arsenal were just too good.
I think it's pretty damning for City. As I said, they've been finding form. So I wasn't 100% confident going into today's game. Obviously, our lack of quality up front. I just want to say, though, we had, I think, 12 shots, 7 of which on target. We scored 5 of them. Wow. Now, the complaint we've been having is we don't take our chances. We did today. Havertz had, obviously, that stinger, but he came back and scored. So I'm not going to sit here and say anything negative about him. I have nothing to say negative about any of this team. I thought the performance was honestly so, it was just quality.
Yeah, you're right. So clinical, so good. I mean, some of the goals are scored as well, the quality. Miles Lewis Skelly, Nwaneri, Havertz. I mean, I was saying earlier to Cecil that the chance that he missed in the first half that we was all lamenting about, but then he goes down the other end in the second half, and that finish was superb, right?
Yeah, it was brilliant, and I really hope he gets a bit of confidence back, because I do think it's less of a skill issue and more of a confidence issue, if I may say. But I really hope he just capitalises off this and just goes forwards and starts trusting himself more, looking less to square it off to someone else, taking those chances straight away. I think this will be good for him.
Yeah, and moving forward, after today's game, are you now more confident about the game in the midweek against Newcastle?
I am. Sorry, how fleeting. I am super confident. I mean, I know we need to win sort of 3-0, 4-1 or whatever. I think it's doable. I think Newcastle, am I right in saying they got beat the other one?
Yeah, they've lost. Actually, they've lost their previous 2 home games.
Yeah. So it seems we might be in luck here. Well, let me not say luck. We might have the skill and the quality on the pitch to actually come out. And honestly, if we can stay in that Carabao Cup, I honestly think if we get past this first hurdle, we've got a real fighting chance of some silverware. Definitely
agreed. I mean, I would say that Newcastle fans watching that tonight, they're probably a little bit apprehensive because even me, man, I mean, I was blown away. You said it yourself. You quoted the shots on goal and the finishes. Amazing. I mean, we've not seen Arsenal finish like that all season, really. Exactly. And I think
this we have to stay like this. It's all good and it's all fine doing this today, and we must keep it up. We must.
100%. Some people are suggesting, I've seen a few comments online, is that the only downside from what is an otherwise brilliant day might be that the powers that be, the hierarchy at Arsenal, may deem it not feasible to bring in somebody in terms of a striker on transfer deadline day. What do you say about that?
I don't think it will affect it at all, because I don't think we were doing anything anyway. You
don't think it will do?
No, anything? I said in December before this January window opened, I'm not going to get my hopes up. I don't believe we're going to do anything. And that's looking more and more apparent. It's tomorrow, 11 p.m. is the deadline. And we're doing all these late little scrums for people like Ollie Watkins. That could have been sorted out right at the beginning. If we went for Ollie Watkins earlier, maybe Villa would have kept Duran and we would have had more of a chance to secure that deal. I think now we're scrapping, and I just don't want another last minute Sterling signing. I reckon just leave it. You were saying that as well, Laurie.
Yeah, I was, but if there's a possibility that they could get a likes of Ollie Watkins, would you be open to that?
Absolutely, but I think that goes for a lot of players. I mean, why do we go and bid for Moise Keane. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, like, obviously he was a bit of a flop at Everton. He's found some really good form. He's scored, I think, 12 and 15. I know the market's not amazing, and we would end up overpaying because it is January, but that's just how it goes. And that's because we didn't do what we needed to do in summer. So if we have to pay an extra 10, an extra 20 mil, you know, that's our own fault.
No, I fully hear what you're saying there. Just to go back to today's game, I've got to talk about him. I've been speaking about it a lot with other people, but Miles Lewis-Skelly today, what do you think of his goal and celebration?
What a finish. What a celebration. He did Haaland's celebration. I think that was a moment for everyone in the room. It's not the shock of it, because even, I think someone said, I think he might score. Yeah. And then he just scored, and it was the finish for me. It was that of like a really experienced player. I told you I got emotional, can't I? And I've lost my voice.
and the celebration as well was obviously planned. He did for those of you who may not be aware, but he did the Haaland celebration in reference to Haaland in the previous game against Arsenal. Haaland said something like, "Who the F are you?" So I think he was just making it clear. Now you know who I am.
He knows who he is now. He'll be having nightmares of the guy this evening. No, it's brilliant. I couldn't ask for a better day, honestly.
Man of the match in terms of today's performance. Now, a lot of us have been scratching our heads. Declan Rice got the official man of the match. But do you agree with that, or is there anyone else?
I think he was excellent, but I could name about 5 players up there of that calibre today. Partey, Lewis-Skelly, of course. Even when there was a little cameo at the end, he scored an unbelievable goal. I think I think there's about 5 or 6 players that I could give it to. So I'll just say, the team, like you did. I really like that you said that, because for me it was the cohesion of the team today. And they all really just complemented each other, and they had this sort of, I don't know, they just knew, it just was smooth. It was, Yeah,
it was. I mean, that's why I went for that selection of the whole team, because it was a big game today and they stood up and were counted. No one had a bad game, and even Havertz, like I said in the first half, missed the sitter, bounces back in the second half with an even better strike. So for me, I thought that was fantastic. Right, so let's talk for a little bit now about Arsenal in terms of their league title aspirations. Do you think a performance like this and the way things are going, does that give you optimism for the future to say, look, things could be back on?
I never said we're not winning anything or that's it, Premier League done. I think we're far from that. Just technically on the points that we have, we're not that far behind. You only need Liverpool to drop a few points or have a couple stinkers and just drop out form slightly, and we could be well in there. But Forest are right up our backs as well. They can't be ignored. I've said they're in a title race. Everyone laughs at me. Can we say now that Forest are in a title race? I think we can. So it's not just Liverpool. We just need to keep going. If we do what we did on the back end of last season, I think we could do something. Yeah.
Okay, Liv, thank you very much. Take care. Thanks.